Even occupying such high positions in the US, you still actively participated in Lithuanian life. Why was this important to you?
I mean, you have some goals in your life. And I believe that I can surely say that I recognize what it means, freedom. Even I was only 17 years of age. I was involved at that time in the underground movement against the Nazis, which have occupied Lithuania after the Russians. I was one of the editors of publishing underground newspapers for the Lithuanian youth. 3 of us were doing that. So my involvement within the Lithuanian community, understanding what the freedom means, and the goal to see the Lithuania free was the motivating me all the way, whatever I did. Staying outside of Lithuania, being in the United States, going the very responsible and high level, or doing a high level job at that level, provided me the opportunity to access to the Congress directly, to the President directly. I had opportunity, without any intermediates, talk to the White House whenever I pleased. And I have used that, all those ways and opportunities, so that this was one of the goals of my life, and I had the opportunity, one which was not available to too many people in the United States of the American community. So that was the way of life.
What was your experience like living in the United States, and what influence did these years have during your presidency?
Well, like I said, I spent 27 years in a federal service at the highest levels of the government. I had contacts, representing the United States with other countries in my capacity. All this, together gave me a lot of experience, which probably, I would say, I was one of those lucky people who it happens to have that opportunity. And of course, when the time came in and working at the top level, representing the Lithuania for last 10 years, definitely experience which I gained in the United States was difficult even, to put the value on it. Definitely, experience is the experience, and especially special experience like this at the administrative level, at the representative level, dealing with the different governments, different officials. That really served very good in my new capacity as I was elected as a president of the country.
What were your main motives for running for president 2 times?
I didn't get your message.
What were your main motives and reasons for running for president 2 times?
I saw the need, since the first 5 years did not actually fulfill all the expectations I had to see the transformation of the country from the previous communist system. And so I decided that if the people will elect me, will provide me that opportunity to serve the people and the country for another term, this was the only motive, to assume the responsibilities and continue what we have started.
Could you remember and describe the moment and how you felt when you heard the election results that you were president?
Oh, it's difficult probably to anybody. Let's put it this way, I believe that if you would ask the question of any president of the United States or any other president of different countries, the moment of victory, it's simply undescribable in any words. Those feelings are Uh, Definitely. Very touching. It's enjoyable when you see the jubilant crowd around you, just as happy as you are. And one thing I can only tell that at that moment you don't think what the next day is going to bring. Actually, assuming the responsibilities and what to expect the long way ahead of you. But that's something what probably not too many people can describe that feeling, and I probably can't find the proper words to express myself. Let's put it this way. It was a mixed feelings. Happiness, happy, uncertainty, and joy for everybody.
What was it like to be president of Lithuania?
Just like any other country. The president represents the country, represents the people. The president has to weigh every word he says publicly, and definitely the president has to fulfill his duties as described by the Constitution. So probably that's the most formal way I can respond to your question.
How did being president affect you personally?
I don't believe that personally it does not affect my feelings. I don't believe that it changes my scale of values. I know my responsibilities. One thing what probably changes my way of life, and I can tell everybody who is listening or will be listening and watching this conversation with you, those who will decide to become the president or run for the presidency should not forget one thing which nobody told me about, but I will tell you now, all of you. The minute you put your hand on a constitution and will take the oath of office, forget for the rest of your life your private privacy. No more private life. You are in office, you are out of office, you step in on a street, the people are turning their heads, you step in a store, half of the store's life people are stopping and watching. You cannot choose, that you decide that you want to go tonight, meet the friends and have a dinner together with them at their home. You have to think twice because your Secret Service is going with you. And if you stay 2-3 hours at your friend's house, you have the feeling, that, look, you enjoy yourself, right here with your friends, and about 6 people sitting in a cars outside of this apartment, outside the door, and waiting for you when you are come out and go back home. So that feeling actually takes a little bit of a joy of being and meeting your friends. You think, my God, let's stop it. Let's go home because 6 people are waiting. They probably would like to join their families just as well. So there is a complex life and up to the individual. For example, some people say, don't care, they are getting paid for sitting outside, that's their job. Maybe that's the way the people feel about this. I cannot. Personally, I feel, look, those are the people too. And I have to be considered. So you can add many things like this which never comes up into the public. Whenever you say publicly, it's going to be interpreted different ways. Some who don't like you are going to use against you. Some who like it Some of them probably were silent, some probably will support you. So, like I said, no more private life. Think about this.
So is there a lot of pressure, or how did you react to that?
Normally, just I was using the logic, the conscious, and keeping in front of me my goal and my responsibilities. And probably the most important, I was honest to myself. And that's my advice to everybody. If you really want to accomplish what everybody expects from you when you are in office,